Welcome to the Silent Chronicles.
Long before European ships ever touched the shores of the Americas, a vibrant tapestry of civilizations flourished, weaving together threads of astonishing complexity and ingenuity. Imagine, for a moment, stepping back in time, not to a new world waiting to be discovered, but to a continent teeming with ancient societies, each with its own unique heartbeat. In the dense jungles of Mesoamerica, the Maya charted the heavens with a precision that would rival their European contemporaries, developing a mathematical system that included the concept of zero, an abstract thought of profound intellectual depth. Their astronomers, priests, and rulers collaborated to build magnificent stone cities, like Tikal and Chichen Itza, whose pyramids pierced the jungle canopy, aligned perfectly with celestial events. These were not mere primitive settlements. They were bustling urban centers home to thousands, complete with intricate calendars, a sophisticated hieroglyphic writing system, and a deep understanding of agricultural cycles that allowed them to sustain large populations in a challenging tropical environment. Their societal structure was a complex pyramid of kings, nobles, scribes, artisans, and farmers, all bound by a shared cosmology and a calendar so accurate it could predict solar eclipses. Further south, nestled high in the formidable Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire, or Tawantinsuyu, the realm of the four parts, engineered a society of breathtaking scale and organization. At its zenith, it was the largest empire in the world, a testament to its creator's administrative genius. Without the wheel for transport or a formal written script as we know it, they governed over 10 million people speaking a multitude of languages across a vast and rugged territory stretching from modern-day Colombia to Chile. Their secret was a marvel of engineering and social cohesion, the Great Inca Road, or Cupacan. This network, spanning over 25,000 miles, was more than just a path. It was the empire's circulatory system, complete with bridges, tunnels, and way stations, allowing armies, messengers, and goods to move with incredible speed. They mastered high-altitude agriculture, carving intricate terraces or andenes into the steep mountainsides, creating microclimates that allowed them to cultivate a diverse array of crops like potatoes and quinoa, safeguarding their food supply against the harsh Andean climate. Their information system, the quipu, a complex arrangement of knotted strings, served as a sophisticated device for recording census data, tax obligations, and possibly even historical narratives, a tactile language of administration. In the heart of what is now Mexico, the Aztec or Mexica civilization rose from humble beginnings as a nomadic tribe to establish the magnificent city of Tenochtitlan, an urban marvel built on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. These cultures, and countless others across the Americas, developed political systems that were models of efficiency, intricately balancing the spiritual authority of their priests, the economic demands of their empires, and the social fabric of their communities. The Maya had a system of divine kingship, where rulers were seen as intermediaries between the mortal world and the gods. The Inca government was a highly centralized bureaucracy, with the Sapa Inca, a divine ruler, at its head, presiding over a hierarchy of officials who managed every aspect of the empire, from resource distribution to public works. The Aztec Triple Alliance was a complex political confederation of 3 city-states that used a combination of military might and diplomatic coercion to dominate the Valley of Mexico. These were not random assemblages of tribes, but meticulously organized states with laws, courts, and systems of governance that maintained order and prosperity for centuries. They were living, breathing societies that had mastered their environments, created breathtaking art and architecture, and pondered the deepest questions of existence, all on their own terms. Tragically, the dominant historical narrative, largely written by the European conquerors, often systematically downplayed, misunderstood, or deliberately erased this remarkable sophistication. In order to justify the brutalities of conquest, the seizure of land, and the subjugation of peoples, it was convenient to portray the indigenous civilizations as savage, primitive, or uncivilized. This narrative painted them as lacking true religion, legitimate governance, or complex thought, thus framing the European arrival not as an invasion, but as a divine mission to bring civilization and salvation to a benighted world. The burning of Mayan codices by Spanish clergy, the melting down of exquisite Incan goldwork, and the destruction of Tenochtitlan were not just acts of war. They were acts of cultural annihilation, attempts to erase a history that challenged the conqueror's sense of superiority. This Eurocentric perspective cast a long shadow, permeating textbooks and popular consciousness for generations, creating a deeply flawed and incomplete picture of the American past. Today, as we re-examine these magnificent civilizations through the lenses of archaeology, anthropology, and a more critical reading of historical sources, we are challenging these centuries-old myths. By studying the astronomical alignments of Maya temples, deciphering the data encoded in Incan quippers, and marveling at the urban planning of Tenochtitlan, we are not just uncovering the past, we are fundamentally questioning our own definitions of civilization, progress, and power. This re-examination reveals that there are many paths to complexity, many ways of organizing a society, and many forms of knowledge. The story of the Americas before 1492 is a powerful reminder that history is not a linear march toward a single, European-defined model of modernity. It is a rich and diverse story of human ingenuity, resilience, and achievement, a story that continues to resonate today, forcing us to confront the legacies of colonialism and reconsider whose stories have been told and whose have been silenced. For more stories like this, subscribe and turn on the notification bell.